Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to start off by giving you an overview of this case here. For me, this is thought-provoking. This is in regards to a young mother from Australia, an area called Hervey Bay, which is in Queensland. I'm actually personally familiar with Hervey Bay. I've been there several times. It's a beautiful part of Australia. And this incident happened in August 2019. My views on this are muddled, forgive me, and you might be offended by my views. You might be offended by my views, and I'm happy for you to express whatever it is you think about my views and to tell us in the comment section what you think about this case. And if you think that I'm missing something, if you think I've got this one wrong, which I fear that I might have, then, feel free to let me know. But I'm just trying to be honest by giving you my thoughts. So I'll tell you what happened. A young Australian mother, 18 years of age at the time, in August 2019, tried to kill her 18-month-old son in a failed murder-suicide bid. So in the early morning of August the 14th, she took her child, a 14-month-old son, and she tried to kill him by hanging him with a dog leash from a backyard clothesline. Thankfully, at a certain point, she had a change of mind. I'm going to say, from my point of view, her psychosis, her insanity lifted. If it's evil, however you perceive that to be, the evil that overcame her, whatever it was, thankfully, it lifted when she could hear the 14-month-old boy, her son, struggle to breathe. She started to scream. Blood-curdling screams, shouting, "Save my baby, someone please help my baby." A neighbor called emergency services. The neighbor then jumped over the fence, grabbed the baby, who was suspended for around 30 seconds by a dog leash from the clothesline, hanging for around 30 seconds. And the neighbor did what they could. They attempted CPR. Initially, the boy was unresponsive when paramedics arrived. He was placed on life support for 48 hours. He spent 12 days in hospital. Thankfully, he's made a full recovery. He's in good health. He's a regular 3-year-old, curious, inquisitive, and exceptionally smart. So apparently the mother was in a state of acute psychological distress at the time of the incident, which had been triggered by a social media post from her unsupportive ex-partner, the boy's father. I'm going to be a little bit facetious here. And maybe this is utterly inappropriate. I'm going to say boo-hoo. I mean, that's not really enough of a reason, is it? Maybe it is. I mean, if that is all it took to make this woman experience this episode, then, maybe that's just how it is. Maybe I'm wrong to say that's not enough. Maybe I'm wrong to consider her a snowflake. Maybe she is a snowflake, but, I don't know. Some people just aren't able to cope with a lot. The mother couldn't bear the thought of her child being raised by another woman in her absence, and she sent a message to her current partner saying, "Goodbye, me and my son will be gone soon." So a clear declaration of a pending murder-suicide attempt. We don't know the woman's name in order to protect the identity of the boy. Again, he's made a full recovery. He's now 3. And the defense lawyer has said that she was suffering from mental health issues. And now, having said that, the case was referred to the mental health court in 2020 where it was ruled that the young mother was fit to stand trial. So her claims to be mentally impaired or mental health impairment were denied, essentially, as far as I understand. So she faced trial on one charge of attempted murder, and she's been sentenced to 5 years in jail, but she will be eligible for parole in 12 months. And that's the full details. The only other bit to add is that the court was told by the defense that she was experiencing depression and PTSD symptoms, that she had taken alcohol and various medications before the attempted murder-suicide. So I would think it's fair to say that she had a mental snap. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I don't know the accurate terms, but it seems like she had a breakdown to me. She's an attempted murder. She literally strung up her 14-month-old son, who was in the midst of dying. He was suspended for 30 seconds. It was really the actions of the neighbour and the paramedics that saved him, and thankfully he was saved. Again, he's made a full recovery. But she has been found guilty of attempted murder. I ought to be really, really angry at this mother, but I'm not really angry. I just go to the mental health aspect. I mean, this is not normal. This, to me, am I wrong to have this point of view? I have this point of view in quite a lot of these cases. Maybe particularly when there's women involved. Maybe particularly when there's a mother involved. Maybe that's an aspect of my bias. But it seems to me that this was a mental episode. You know, again, however we're going to describe it, however the experts will describe it, she went crazy. She was not in her right mind, literally so. And with that, I have empathy towards her. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel. You don't have to feel the same way. And if you disagree, feel free to comment as such. And again, if you feel that I'm missing something or that there's something wrong with my logic, as it were, please help me out. Correct me. No problems there. In regards to the sentencing, 5 years in jail, that's pretty low. That's pretty low. I don't think I'm too unhappy with it, though. I guess it kind of makes sense, given that I feel empathy towards her. I feel that it was due to a mental health episode, despite the court... What did the court do? Despite the mental health court in 2021 ruling that she was fit to stand trial. I do feel empathy for her, so I'm kind of comfortable with the 5 years in jail, I think. I know it's too light for attempted murder. If it wasn't for this obvious mental episode, I wouldn't be happy with that. But being eligible for parole in 12 months, I'm not comfortable with that. That's too low, come on. That's too low. Am I being a bit of an idiot here? Am I being illogical if I think that she was suffering a mental episode? Should I be more generous in regards to the parole? I don't think so. I think that is too low. It's kind of insultingly low. But I don't know. It is what it is. Look, there's this article. There are my thoughts. Again, please tell me your thoughts on the subject. I will read all of the comments, but more importantly, so will other people. So I'm going to thank you for your time, guys, and take care. I'm going to be back to making some more videos tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks.